So the T-11 appears to be a success. It does have its quirks. I think the biggest one got figured out early on. You need to shoot the rock off center, or anyway in such a way as to send the chunks flying off at an angle. That way your limpets should stay clear of your asteroid shooty thing. I personally still kill quite a few limpets by squashing them under my ship when I thrust down and don't know there's an asteroid there. But limpets are cheap, and this ship mines fast enough that even I look halfway confident with it. It takes me about an hour to fill my hold of 236 tons and then get it sold. I'm okay with that. But there are some questions I need answers to. For example, is it worth it to equip a fighter bay? During this community goal, I wasn't bothered by miscreants at all. Was that because I sometimes had the fighter out patrolling under the able, mostly harmless command of my man Royal Stevens? Sadly, no. Because after this CG, I was jumped by a couple of douchebags while mining bromolite for the current CG. Did the fighter help? Maybe. Did I help in the T-11? Actually, a little. I still had the crappy pulse lasers that came with the thing, and I got off a few decent shots. But without the system authority vessels that just happened to be hanging around, I don't think I would have lasted. And naturally, I wasn't recording that little fiasco. But the bigger question to me is, how is this thing to live with on a normal day? Well, it may be a small thing, but once I got rid of the mining lasers that I'd originally put on, it's just fine. That allowed me to tighten up my fire groups, and anyway, all those lasers managed to do was blast apart my beautiful chunks of platinum, so no loss there. What about core mining? Have a look.
Finally, core detected. Pinite. Well done.
Not bad. And that's another thing I'm not really great at, core mining. But even unengineered, I didn't have a lot of trouble moving around. I just occasionally squashed all of my limpets. And then there's the big question. What did payday look like? Well, here is an exhaustive record of the take right here in my greasy mitts. I'll read a few of these off. These are sales totals during the CG, not the current one, the one just before. 74.7, 71.2, 76.5, 78.3, 74.9, 65.2, 73.2, 73.8. You get a pattern going here. I didn't write them all down, but they were all pretty much in that range. But then, after it was over, I went back to the same mining spot, filled my hold again, and then went off somewhere else to sell it at, I guess, what might be a more everyday kind of price. There's a system that's fairly close by. That one load got me 54.2 million, which is way more, actually, than I ever made in my Python, which will soon be on this selling block. All of that was good enough to get me to the second highest tier reward-wise, which I'm pretty happy with given the time I put in. And now I'm sitting on a little over 4 billion. So, fleet carrier, here I slowly come.